welcome to Honorable Mentions. I am the host of the show, one of two hosts of the show, rather. I'm Rachel Annelman. Thank you for watching stream on a Wednesday night. It is the middle of the Game 5 between the Heat and the Celtics, but my show is slightly more important to me. I know, I'm surprised too, but I am watching the score, and I did watch the first quarter, so I do feel like I'm still participating and in my own way contributing to the outcome of the match. But I do not host this show alone. I have a co-host who will one day be on the promotional material. Please give it up for a wonderful comedian, family man, and funny man, Adi Heller.
Hey, I will be honest. I am a little bummed that I'm missing the Heat versus Celtics game, but I am happy that I am honoring my commitment to this show.
I guess we're both like, I didn't know you were also feeling that way. Adi, I didn't know you watched as much. I didn't know you watched basketball.
I love basketball.
Okay.
I love to play basketball. I love to watch basketball. I love using GIFs of basketball players blocking shots when people say denied or rejection and adding that out of context.
You know what it is I did not care about sports. I cared about like the Women's World Cup like when I was a kid, and then like I had a very long period of like not caring about sports. But I think because the world has been so awful and the news has been so bad, I got really caught up in the playoffs this season, and I don't know if it's gonna stick around for my entire life. Michelle writes Bucks and 6 next season. LOL. That's a private chat. Sorry. What's going on there in the private chat to our audience members? Sorry about that. So now I'm getting to learn who likes basketball, who doesn't, because before it was all white noise, but now I can hear what you're saying, and I like it too. Adi, is the show just us, or do we have three different guests tonight?
We have three different guests tonight, and this is a first. We're going with like a basketball lineup, 5 people. 5 people on the court, and so let's bring them in. We've got the amazing comedian, improviser, organizer of a whole theater in the middle of a pandemic, and just wonderful human, Michelle Gilliam. Hello.
Oh, hello.
We've got 2 wonderful returnees to the show as well. They are improvisers around Boston, and we're out in LA. Now they're back here, and to different degrees, they were both part of Quarantine Action Wrestling. They are Dan and Lauren Chapman.
Hey.
I'm not a part of Quarantine Action Wrestling.
It happens. You won.
I did. I did win once.
Well, you were like a hype man for another character. Like you would come out with.
I came in because they were doing the producers match, and my character happened to win, and they were like, "Well, we'll just keep her." I wasn't part of it though.
I love that. I love that you were like you ended up becoming a pretty major character despite having no involvement whatsoever. Yep. That's my favorite type of gig. For those who are not familiar with the show, for example, if you've never seen the show before, we're going to look at some tweets. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make some jokes. These tweets were chosen by me today that I thought reflected both tweets that were very popular, so they're somewhat reflective of the vibe of this week, and also that are, I think, either interesting or funny, because very boring tweets often become very popular. And we don't have time for those. We don't have time. We're too busy. We're busy people. So we're just going to look at the interesting ones. And so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get to it. And just as a warning to Lauren specifically, I have not gotten any better at how I keep the tweets. They're still in my draft folder. They're still in my email. So I just had to warn you.
Rachel, I told you I would help you with this.
You did, but I've been very busy. And also, I'm very, there's something wrong with me. So
just imagine if this was a group chat, there's a GIF coming in of a basketball player blocking a shot.
Okay. And the basketball player is Lauren, and I'm
No, you blocked her shot. You blocked her
blocked
shot.
it. I'm a shot
She had one
blocker.
shot, one opportunity.
Okay, so I have to talk about this tweet because it's a.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that your thing's not on the screen. Now it is.
Okay, cool. So we did talk about this tweet first. There is sound to it, but I don't think we need the sound because I think what's happening is pretty clear just based on the visuals, and we're gonna blow it up for you guys to look at it.
Oh, so fancy.
Yeah, so this is a very popular video, and it's a bus.
What is happening?
I think this is if a bus played. I think this is shuffleboard.
It looks like shuffleboard on a pool table.
Is this what snooker is?
I believe this is
Yeah.
Can we pronounce it snooker?
Because
Is this what
shuffleboard
snooker is?
is very different. Shuffleboard has like sand or something weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, there are
Oh.
two types of. There's like bar shuffleboard with sand, and then there's like cruise ship
Oh, that's just
shuffleboard.
These buses are very skinny. Look how tiny they are.
Is this a relay?
It seems like it's a relay.
Yeah.
Are these the Germans? So this is a competition between bus drivers from different countries.
Yes. And you can see they're all Berlin and Lyon are tied at 1850, but Barcelona's in third with 1650. There's some sort of timed element to this. I'm not clear how. Maybe you get more points if you do it in less time.
Well, there is a clock going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so right. So they've got to go through a series of like carnival game type things. But they have to drive their Is that
They're
a
very
tram?
thin buses.
Yeah, it's like an
That's a
electric
light
bus.
rail, I think.
Yeah, it is. I
It's
rode
basic-
some of those in Nottingham.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't
Terrifying.
realize there's actually follow-up videos to this, which we can also watch.
This is incredible.
I'm just imagining what sports the Green Line would have to play. Oh, you need hands.
No hands. No, look ma, no hands. Look ma.
Yeah, it's
no hands.
stop before you hit the pile of trash.
Yeah, I mean that feels like it should be a test to be a driver.
I
This
just
is
want to do a commentate, be a commentator for this.
So I'm wondering about this shot, the shot within the shot that they have going.
Mhm.
In my head canon, that's like they're just showing the face of the opponents during their run.
Oh,
Ooh,
look at that. That's a good
That's-
one.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And if that's a shot within the shot, the opponents are very, very supportive.
Okay, so maybe it's the coach.
I think it's the judges.
Yeah, it looks like the judges. That's what I was thinking too.
And it looks like Hanover won. I don't know if Hanover was playing, but I just really like these videos.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question as to why that did well on Twitter. That's just perfect content.
How well
I
did
guess
it do? Let's see.
Yeah, the original video I think has like 800,000 views and it's at 27,000 likes.
Wow.
And apparently this is part of the tram Olympics or tram champions. It's very hard to say. Tram championships in Europe.
Wow.
The
Imagine having such efficient public transportation. You're like, you know what? Let's have a little sporting event about it.
Mhm. Right? Let's make our public transportation like a sign of our municipal pride.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be so great.
And also be able to have enough service to divert a whole day to like having a large portion of it not run so they can do like sports.
Yeah.
Mm. How does
Hello,
it work?
Hello, worst of Tims. How does it work? Any public transport operator from Europe can participate in the championships and register a team. A team consists of a male or female driver and a team coach.
Oh.
But not a dog. Not a dog driver.
Not a dog.
I
It doesn't
kinda
say a male or female human.
Right.
I
Male or
kinda-
what? Why couldn't it just say a team consists of a driver?
A driver and a coach. I mean, silly.
This is
So
an
their
incredible blurb
transportation
here.
system is kind of terrible over there. So I wonder if people get upset about this. Like trains get canceled all the time, like down to the last second.
In Strabenbahn?
I think
Strassen
everywhere,
am Bossen.
everywhere I went, things got canceled.
So is this like the height of decadence? Like is this showing how out of touch like the wealthy public transportation governors are? Like after the nuclear apocalypse, they'll be doing this on Mars.
Possible.
I very much want to see a montage of one of these drivers training.
You know,
To
It is
Eye of the
being-
Tiger?
Yes, to Eye of the
Really?
Tiger, but I guess in German, I guess. German or Spanish.
Translate that tweet.
I had a profile podcast about rail transport. I would call it this. The Cisnu Po Napawanyu. I feel like the joke is lost in translation here. But I feel like you do have to like get into all of these European tweets because I feel like the European tweets get to comment on an American commenting on them.
Mhm.
Guy says, I respect in my life I had no idea how the tram driver competition would look like and someone did. Yeah. I really like I think of all of them, I really do like the one where they get a cue. They get to do a cue and they get to push that thing. Like I love it. This is like very good to me. When they push the ball with a cue.
And the dimensions are interesting to me because it looks like when the tram goes up to it, the cue looks huge. But then you
Yeah.
show it on the table and it looks like a regular pool cue.
Yeah.
So is
I
it
love-
very long and just tapers the whole way?
Or is it like a normal regulation pool cue?
Mhm.
There's a lot of questions that aren't being answered by this video.
Most of them.
Most of them. But
Of the
yeah, I feel like now it's one of my life goals to go to Leipzig in May for I assume this is annual because everything is annual, the European Tram Championship, which is incredibly hard to say. I just want to say, and also like they could have just called it a championship, which I feel like is a missed opportunity.
Yep.
And I know that this is probably means something for real in German, but I just like that it says Tram'em.
Tram.
It's what the team coach says before.
Tram them up, boys.
Tram'em.
It's tramming time. Are you guys ready for the next tweet of the week?
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, here is
Oh,
somebody
I've
found
seen this.
all the state logos. This tweet, just by posting the state logos, this person got 100,000 likes, which is like that is some good low effort content.
I mean,
bravo.
I'm usually being like, "Where's Massachusetts? Where are we?"
It is. We are very boring.
It's all here.
Where is that? Oh,
Are you guys all from Massachusetts?
Mhm.
Are we? Yeah.
Massachusetts is right here.
Yeah.
And I don't find Massachusetts is all here boring. I find it incredibly ominous. Because, like, what is it?
Doesn't matter. It's all here.
It's evidence about the Kennedys. It's all here.
Is it the monster from It Follows? It's all here. The monster is here. The spooky naked man on the roof is here. If you like spooky roof men, they're here.
If you like Dunkin' Donuts and having girls come out of the TV, then Massachusetts is the place for you, and this is clearly a Massachusetts accent.
We were all from Massachusetts, and this is how we talk.
Never seen in my life.
I am not from Massachusetts, but I do love that it fits in with the attitude of Massachusetts.
Mhm.
Like, whatever you want, whatever you need, you don't have to go anywhere. It's all here.
We all turned into the slap chop infomercial guy.
Pretty much.
What, you want other things in other states? You can't find them there. They're here. Just come here. You'll find it.
You want a slap chop? You want a guy with a slap chop accent? He's here. We're all doing it.
I have to say I'm most distracted that South Dakota looks like it was made by Lisa Frank,
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that.
which I don't feel is South Dakota's vibe at all.
I think my favorite one is Georgia. Look how
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
it is.
Where's Georgia?
It's
Georgia's is so simple.
It's the peach.
nice, yeah.
I'm
pretty
used to seeing
colors.
that at the end of Marvel movies because they film in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like North
Georgia?
Dakota,
North Dakota? Huh.
just because it looks like a metal band.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of Colorado's
Mhm.
because they're just starting the conversation.
Yeah. Let's talk.
I like how Oregon is like it's an arrow and a tree. Like I think that's very clever for the green box at the bottom of that column. How it's
Oh,
like it's like a pine tree, but it's also an arrow. So it's like travel or like I don't know. I like it. It's like I like the little arrow in the FedEx logo. So I'm a sucker for arrows hidden things.
Were you guys familiar with any of these before this?
I was familiar with Georgia.
I
Georgia.
have a Virginia's for Lovers T-shirt.
Um,
Oh yeah, I knew
I-
about that one.
New York. I knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New York.
I didn't realize that I Heart NY is for the state and not the city.
Yeah.
I think I knew about Vermont because it's on some water bottles.
Yes. Yes. I've had a few friends for Virginia.
I just said water bottles in Vermont, Virginia.
Well, that's Virginia is for lovers. That's their logo.
Michelle, can
Virginia?
you
Oh, there
speak to the prevalence of travel Wisconsin in Wisconsin?
The prevalence of it.
Is it is that just like ubiquitous? Like, oh, Wisconsin, you put that on another mailbox or billboard or
No,
backpack.
You know what I see? Like I just see like a cheese cutting board, like or a cutting board. Like we have so many of those everywhere, and everything looks like that. Like, I don't know. That's just all it makes me think of. Yeah, but I mean, it's a beautiful state, and
Great shape of state.
it is a good shaped state. Solid.
It feels like North Carolina forgot. Like it feels like they forgot to submit one.
Where are they? Are they on here?
North Carolina is it's second
literally-
column near the top.
It's just a normal font that like I've used many times.
Not even capitalized.
Well, that's what I'd say is like, if you had asked me, does North Carolina capitalize its letters correctly in its state logo, I would have said yes.
Mm.
So this to me looks like a rebrand. This is like their edgy rebrand.
Mhm. But not as edgy as North Dakota.
No.
Yeah. North Carolina reminds me of the documentary. I don't know. This is Helvetica, but it reminds me of the documentary Helvetica. When there was like a period of time when everything was Helvetica.
Texas seems on brand.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah.
have assumed Texas's would say don't mess with Texas.
Yeah.
I can't read it. What does Texas say?
It looks like it says it's like a whole other country.
Texas looks like a welcome mat.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right. And
New
this is
Mexico-
interesting to me. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know it's not. I think it's a bird, but New Mexico, from where I'm at, looks like a lobster. I don't know why.
they copied off of Maine's notes.
Which one is the New Mexico?
It's right
Is,
underneath Arizona, first column.
It's the one that looks like a piece of wood.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Very odd.
Mm-hmm.
I like how tiny Rhode Island is because it's also a tiny state.
I'm really confused by Oklahomas because the word Oklahoma is almost impossible to read. And then they put Native America in like the font from like 1940s Broadway.
Oh.
That's really weird. That's really that's an odd sequence of choices, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Strange choice.
My brain just must be in a weird place because I was looking at Connecticut's and I'm like, why did they highlight I-cut?
Where's Connecticut? Oh, there it is. I got.
It's clearly they're highlighting Connect. And my brain just was like, why do they care so much about I-cut?
What does it mean?
It's a state of barbers. It's the entire state is all barbers.
I cut, you cut. We all cut in Connecticut. It's all here.
They'll also cut you in Connecticut. They are very mean and they're all very violent.
This is fantastic, and I 100% understand why it did well on the internet because people love having opinions on things, and this gives you 50 things to have opinions on.
Yes.
People love regional pride / regional arguments, and this is just that only.
Oh. Guys,
it's perfect.
I have bad news.
I just saw that.
I have bad news. This furry guy, says, okay, this post is literally from 10 years ago, so this is what they look like today.
Oh, no!
The old ones.
I think that's great.
These are the new ones.
Did you do better? Also, this one's alphabetized.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Oh, Massachusetts, you did so much worse.
Yeah. None of it's here anymore.
Nope. Visit me.
The peach is gone?
Yeah.
Is there in the peach?
Guys, this sucks. I don't like it.
This is so weird. All right, so I want to compare California's between this and the old one. California's other one was like the sand dune cutting out half of the word. And in the new one, it says visit, and then they extended the L. Like you wouldn't have known that was an L. I'm angry.
I don't know why they just keep cutting it off. It looks so weird.
It's really bad.
I'm sorry that I showed this to you. I'm sorry that we have to find out this way.
This is awful.
I'm sorry.
This is awful. Oh, this is terrible.
I really like Louisiana.
Louisiana, feed your soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisiana's great.
Louisiana, I do believe like this font is the what's that old country buffet font?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
I like Mississippi leaning into how curly their S's are.
Yeah. I don't think Mississippi's changed. I think they kept theirs.
No. All right.
They put a
Good on
visit,
you.
I think, on it. And that's it.
Oh yeah, we should tell them to come here.
Yeah.
That's our only job.
Good idea.
Adi, I know you have kids. Is Pennsylvania best described as the Pampers font?
Yep. Not just there. Both fonts and the colors legitimately are. It's not. The color is Pampers, and I think the font is actually a different type of pamper. Loves. That's the Loves font up top.
Okay.
I think. Yep.
Mm.
I'm thinking about this now a little more. So it's pretty funny that all these places are saying visit because it's a board of tourism, and New York's is just like we love ourselves.
Mhm.
Self-confidence and self-love is what brings more people in.
That's why Virginia's is so popular.
I like how the way that this is just set up. Vermont and then Virginia is for lovers. It makes it seem like Vermont is a city in Virginia.
Mhm.
Vermont, Virginia is for lovers.
Vermont, Virginia. Only there.
What does it say? It says lit something Texas. Do we? I can't see. I'm on my phone.
I think it just says "Let's Texas."
Let's Texas. Okay.
It's like the Tramum of America.
Guys, let's
man.
Texas out of here.
Yeah.
I can't Texas between 3 and 4 tomorrow. Is that going to be okay?
He keeps sexisting me.
I'm not old enough to Texas. Sorry.
You have to be this tall or higher to Texas at this establishment.
Guys, we've had a lot of fun. These have been the state logos from the tourism board. They've gotten worse over time.
I could go all day.
They used to be like charmingly old-fashioned, like from the 90s, and now they just look silly and from today, but not in a good way. But we got to move on. We've got other tweets to look at.
The state's lost their way.
America has lost its way, but not in the way you think. In a very specific way. I thought this was real fun.
It's great.
This is somebody found Forrest Gump in these promotional photos of the Queen of England. 300,000 likes, so that's 300,000 people who believe that Forrest Gump is real. We're going to look at him right now. So this is a picture of Queen Elizabeth. You can see she's hanging out with a bunch of people. We're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in a second once my computer decides that we can move. Then we're going to start to zoom in on him. And there he is. There's Forrest Gump.
I was like, that's not. I was looking at the man in uniform.
Yeah.
No, he's right here, and he's looking at the Queen. A
Oh
little
my
cockeyed.
god. That is so wrong.
So that's going to be the sequel. It's his adventures in England.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? If Forrest Gump were hanging out with the Queen, what do you think he would be there for?
To protect her.
To protect her?
Mm-hmm.
From protesters? From a big rock?
Curious George. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna say he's there to meet the corgis.
I was gonna say like Forrest Gump's deal is like it's always an accidental thing, so it's like he like accidentally saves a corgi and is knighted or something, or introduces the Queen to the concept of you could have a short fat dog as opposed to like a majestic dog.
See, I'm thinking he because he was strong and he was a good runner, so her mode of transportation broke down, and he just happened to be there. And she needed to get to another event, so he ran her from place to place.
Like that.
Adi, I'm trying to picture it. Is he carrying her like this, or is she piggybacking?
I think he's carrying her like this, like a bundle of logs. And she just
How old
goes
is
like
she?
rigid. She just goes like
How old is she?
very.
Quite.
She's at least 200 years old. She does not die. There was another tweet recently that they there's no garlic allowed in Buckingham Palace because she doesn't like it.
I love her rules. Honestly, I think they're perfect. Like, Essie is her favorite brand of nail polish, and she prefers all the women to wear ballet slipper pink on their fingernails. I read that once and I was like, yeah, enforce these rules. You're the queen.
Do you know she still drives and she's like hits people? So like on her grounds or whatever, like she's hit people very recently.
Jeez.
So
That's right.
Michelle, now you're making me think that Forrest Gump is there because she hit him and he just woke up.
Anything's possible.
I think it's not only possible. I think that is what happened. The Queen of England, definitely hit Forrest Gump, and now he's checking in to see, like, hey, is she going to apologize or say anything to me about the fact that she hit me with her car?
She is 96, by the way.
Wow.
That makes sense.
And,
I was going to say, wasn't she around like 18 or so when World War II started? Because she volunteered.
Oh, that's nice.
She
Yeah,
she
she
worked
had the
on-
time. She had the
Yeah,
time.
she worked on engines in World War II, from what I remember, like car engines.
How long do you think she's gonna stick around?
I'll be real. Before I saw these pictures, I thought she was already dead. I didn't know. I thought they were just like keeping it quiet, and then I saw these pictures, and I'm like, oh, I guess she's still kicking. But yeah, I would assume in the next 10 or 15 years, at least.
I think she makes 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she makes 101.
a nice 5 years. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to have her birthday on the Today Show.
Oh, you think she's gonna pull a Betty White and like they'll have all of those magazines out where she's like hitting 100, and then she'll die like a week before?
And yes, yes, but
She's gonna try and what up Betty White. God
I
damn.
like the heavy feeling of like too soon in the room, and I'm like, guys, Betty White was 100 years old.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it was gonna happen. We're
Also,
also like predicting a death. Like we're there.
Yeah, we're already there. So get with it.
It's all here.
It's all here. It's too late to back out. I did want to talk about this. I don't know who else. I watched America's Next Top Model, and it's very funny in retrospect. And this has 60,000 likes because they're bringing up the fact that just making sure we all remember when Tyra took the girls to Greece and made them pose in a giant Greek salad.
Oh, this was an American Next Top. Yeah, of course it is.
And the pictures are just really good.
oh, just those giant things of
Balsamic.
cheese.
Is she
Tyra
holding a
made-
bottle of dressing of Greek dressing?
Yes, she is.
Tyra
Yeah.
made bold choices ahead of her time, guys. Ahead of her time.
And the clarifying follow-up, the same giant Greek salad. And this is real, right? Like those tomatoes look real to me.
They
They
all
are
look
very
real.
And like they clearly started phoning it in with the cucumber chopping.
Here's
Look at
my
those big
question.
hunks.
What is the human? What is the human in the salad? Like what?
I think it's
Is it
Allison,
like
right?
So weird.
Is it a chicken Greek salad? Like what?
I think it can only represent what it is.
A human?
It's human.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this photo shoot asks the question: what if there was a sexy lady in your salad? What would you do?
Right, it's a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids situation.
I would send it back. I would send it back. I asked for no human woman. Thank you.
But what if she looks like maybe she was passed out from heat stroke?
What if it looked like she woke up and was like, "Why am I in a salad?" Like the first woman is.
I mean, I would ask for my human woman on the side,
Ooh,
and then I wouldn't eat it. I
it's a
don't,
pro move.
you know. And it looks like Kendall Jenner chopped those cucumbers.
I also like the pieces of like large pieces of bread.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know that famous Greek salad edition of bread?
Soggy bread, yeah.
Yeah.
How is this sexy?
How,
Who
how
finds
did
this
I
sexy?
get here?
Someone who gets this really good salad. How did I get here?
What do you want me to do with this dressing? Put it on your head. Put it on your head.
I just I like the attempt. I like the work they're putting into trying to make like sexy lady sexy faces when I have so many questions about the premise of the photo shoot that they're just like, listen, I'm just a sexy lady you found in your salad, and you just have to find me sexy. Like that's I need to convey that I'm sexy at all costs.
Okay, but hold on. I think if we went back and watched Tyra's critique of these photos, I think
Yeah.
she does not like this first picture because she's trying to be sexy too hard on the salad dressing.
Yeah,
In the salad. Where the other one, and I think that model's name is Alice, and the blonde one,
yeah,
she's just living and experiencing it. And I think that's what Tyra would like. That's true sexy. You just find yourself in places and you just live.
Do we think there are just these? Like, or are there other? Because like normally there are like 8-10 models in a challenge, right?
This could have been a finale because they traveled for it.
They travel with like the top 5 normally. Or
I just want to know what the search term is going to be.
there we go.
Oh, there's more.
there's this lady who's crushing it.
Yeah.
She at least
By
matched.
crushing it, you mean
Oh, wow.
squeezing juices out of tomatoes.
Click on pink bathing suit. I like this one. This
Yeah.
is like I am the salad.
Get out of the way, salad.
And this
Can
is
we go
Yeah.
down left? I think this is a good look.
Yeah. But this is
Though
like the power. What's happening here, I think, is the power of America's Next Top Model. Where like the first moment you're like, "What the hell?" And then within 2 minutes, we're like critiquing the photos as if they are normal, as if they make any sense.
These are normal photos.
Rachel, go, or D, go to yes, that one.
No. I do not like this one.
No. Do we think anybody peed in their salad?
I mean, it's
Giving
the
me
same
peas.
salad.
It's not just a salad. It's a salad at a beach.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a salad alone on a beach.
Someone had to build that plate.
What's with the arrow? Yeah.
This one I think is like maybe another photo they took of the episode.
Oh, I bet they did goddesses as like their
Oh.
actual. I bet this was like the mini challenge of like you'll get an advantage in the main challenge, but first you have to pose in a salad.
Because models can do anything.
They can.
It has a very Double Dare feel to it.
Yeah. or like Guts, Nickelodeon Guts.
Like there's a flag under one of the pieces of cheese or something.
They should have put like a flag under the salad, and you get another point. You get another model point. And you can use your model points to like get out of a challenge or to like bypass a week where you don't have to worry about getting eliminated.
Oh, Tyra would never allow that.
Yeah. Tyra,
There are
Tyra
no days
was-
off in modeling, in top modeling.
Yeah.
But also, if you felt uncomfortable with the challenge, Tyra made it 10 times worse for you.
Yeah. She hated the smell of weakness.
We need this show back.
I mean, but not America's Next Top Model Boys in the House. I did not like that variation of America's Next Top Model.
Just classic.
Just
No.
classic. I don't need to see them hooking up. I just want to see them living their life, doing these challenges.
And getting
You-
yelled at by Tyra.
Lauren, do you think at least the Boys in the House has the better theme song?
No, I don't like it. Because it just goes, boys in the house. Like, that's what the theme song is.
Boys in
See,
the
I
House.
like
Oh
it
my
because it's a remix.
God, is this the next tweet?
This is the next tweet.
Jeez Louise, this is awful.
We do have to talk about it because it does have 126,000 likes, which means it's one of the best tweets of the week. The tweet goes, anxiety tip, next time you cringe over some embarrassing moment you had years ago, try to remember other people's embarrassing moments. You can't, can you? That's because you're the only embarrassing human to exist. Everyone else is always thinking about how cringy you are. 126,000 likes. Everyone was like, it me, yes.
Mhm. And she's been living her life by it, and it works terribly.
And that's one of the tweets of the week. Let's move on. I can tell when my guests are shell shocked. I can tell when they don't want to address something.
Well, I'm just like terrified of what I'm about to do next, and that was not good for me.
Yeah.
My
Oh God.
for that was
Do you have an audition or a show next, Michelle?
It's a show. I'm playing with the Growling's Crazy Uncle Joe show.
Okay, so don't let that get in your head, please.
Thank you. I'm like sweating right now.
Michelle, you can do anything.
that tweeter was a goof. Don't
Yeah,
so
Michelle, you're Massachusetts. It's all there.
You're also Texas. Get Texan. Go get Texan.
Baby. All right. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Have a good
Break
show.
a leg.
Bye.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this tweet because I wanted to see if this applies to anybody on the show. It says, if you get 3 laugh reacts in the work chat, then you deserve a raise. You are fulfilling duties that are beyond the original job description. You're writing bits. You're creating content. You're performing a tight 5. Who is the funny person at their work? Do we have anybody?
I made my team the funny team at work
That's good.
because I manage a team, and we so early on during training for this team. So we have 3 teams in my program. Each has 9 members. So a team is comprised of a coach and 9 members, and we chose names for a game that we played against the other team, and my team named itself the Mullets. Yeah, we were business in front, party in the back, and it has carried over months later that our vibes in our chat, it's pretty much only bits with like occasional questions about like how to handle our patients. It's good. So the standard for laugh reacts in my team's chat is probably more like 4 or 5.
That's healthy. That's good.
Yeah. 3 is pretty achievable. Like, you're always getting one from Shay and Keisha. Those just are baked in. So.
I'll turn to Dan. Do you feel like you can get a good 3 laugh reacts in your work chat?
I think it depends on where I am, but I think so. And I think I work at a bunch of different clinics, so I think each clinic has a different vibe. One clinic has more of like a Sex and the City type of attitude vibe. One of them has more of like, what if Al Borland was like multiple people kind of vibe. So like I think I can like know what each one of them would want to hear. Would I die a little inside for some of the jokes that would get the laughs? Yes, but I could get them.
You're like, I hate myself in the morning, but I could do it.
Yes. I'll be like, I know what will make Mike laugh, but oh God, why?
Lauren, we have 2 jokers. Are you the third?
I'm afraid I am not. Instead, in my office, I feel like I'm a sub-in for an emotional like support human for most people in my office.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a couple of people who are like, well, I know I'm this person's daughter in the office, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to let Susan talk at me for an hour about anything she wants. And then I know I'm this person's like emotional kind of big sister, so I'm going to go and I'm just going to show her how to do a bunch of things about her job. And then I'm going to go and hide in my own office for a while. No time for jokes when I need to feed their souls.
I like that if you Google letting Susan talk at me, you get this lady's YouTube letting go of them and the dream in quotes.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Yeah. Also this picture of a boy with a bunch of balloons at her faces.
Oh.
From the
Mean. What's it mean?
Is that you?
Perhaps it is. Perhaps it is.
Yeah.
It's not. I will say for the most part, it's not so sad. It's mostly being like, yeah, Susan, Instagram's crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love
Wait,
Hallmark too. Yup. Please tell me the plot of this movie you watched last night. That's great.
Oh, so Susan's my mother.
Yeah, no, Susan's everyone's mother.
Yeah. Oh, please go on and tell me about your friend's child.
Yep. No, I heard about that 2 weeks ago. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard about so many tragic deaths though too, where I have to be like, that sounds awful 50 years ago. Not 50, probably 10.
Right?
But
Yeah, what is I mean, I know what the deal is. You get older, you think about death more. I get it. But you also talk about it like a lot more.
I hear about it all the time.
Like
Whereas-
you lose the filter that you realize other people don't want to talk about death that much.
Nope. So it's just, yeah, Susan, that does sound very tough. Wow. 10 years ago, that sounded like a really hard time. It's been 45 minutes talking about
You don't say cancer.
it.
Yes, that is very tough. You're right. Ay, Susan.
I'll never get tired of the clip art of couples talking at home. These are all perfect pictures to me. Anyways, I'm not a joker at my work because I don't really have work. I teach improv, and that's it for right now. So I don't really have a work chat, so I don't really get a choice.
I forgot about her.
What?
I forgot about the woman in the salad.
Yeah, she's like
Still there.
surprised me.
She hasn't moved.
She hasn't moved. I know she's taking a nap. We'll return to her. This one I wanted to touch on because I wanted to see if the men on the show know who this guy is, and if so, if they are sluts. First of all, Lauren, do you know who this person is?
I rewatched this series, I believe. I think all male actors look the same, so I'm like 70% certain I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to the men, do you know who he is, and are you a slut?
I'm gonna guess he does something on Gilmore Girls, and that's my guess. But that is a guess.
Yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
about you,
say love interest on Private Practice. And
good.
maybe and
Good guess.
probably they met when he fixed her car, and I'm not a slut.
Yeah.
Also not a slut.
I don't know if you get to choose if you're a slut. I think you just know you are or you aren't. I do believe it is from Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
I do believe
Luke.
that Dan Chapman is a slut. Sorry if that's not what you wanted from this.
As long as there are t-shirts made. Oh, is this Luke of Luke's Coffee?
Yes.
Okay. I have heard of his establishment.
Oh, you slut.
Man, I know things about a show I've never seen.
Because they have these giant cups of coffee. That's what I know about Gilmore Girls is that they just drink cups of coffee that just look like they could house whole sharks. And like the sharks would have like room to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I didn't even know they had a coffee shop.
It's their big thing. They love coffee in that show, and I don't know why.
Like Friends.
Oh, yeah, like Friends.
Mhm.
At least Friends, they were hanging out.
That's so aggressive.
You can really tell in the show when something's hit a D's proverbial Pillsbury doughboy tummy. Like, this is his shit. 1,000%.
Yeah, that gun in general, I mean,
Yeah.
it's something about it. But that's...
What's down there that with Obi-Wan? Like young Obi-Wan is in one of these? Like
Sure.
that. Okay.
That's really good.
Glad someone went to the trouble of making this little thing. Someone's like, me and my dad used to watch Gilmore Girls religiously, and I sometimes would dress up like Luke to watch.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
That's a lot right there.
A lot.
I mean, it's no different than people who would like, we're gonna watch Sex in the City and like we're gonna dress fancy and drink Cosmos.
That's awesome.
With my dad.
With my dad.
Got to spend time with your dad.
Hmm. Yeah, they shared something.
You got to kill time before the next America's Next Top Model episode starts,
Hmm. Or Game 6.
or Game 6.
And somebody thought it was from Northern Exposure. Couldn't be wrong or bizzed. This guy would never wear his hat backwards. That's not what they would do on that show. You fool.
No, all their clothing is purely functional up there in Alaska.
A lot of people finding out they're sluts. Someone's like, no, please. I watched the whole series and I have Luke's mug. Don't call me a slut.
What's wrong with it, guys? Just be who you are.
Yeah,
It just is.
it just is. We don't make the rules, and neither does this person who posted it.
I just work here.
Everyone just works here. No one is in charge. We have one more tweet to look at, or two more tweets to look at, rather.
Two. All
Two
right.
more tweets. Two more
Mm-hmm.
tweets, the parenting hour corner, and then we'll let you go back to the Celtics game. So there's this idea that a lot of artists are complaining on TikTok about having to make TikToks. We have FKA Twig saying, it's true, all record labels ask for are TikToks, and I got told off today for not making enough effort. We have Charlie XCX saying, when the label asks me to make my 8th TikTok of the week. And we have Florence from Florence and the Machine saying, the label are begging me for lo-fi TikToks, so here you go, please send help. And then Charlie XCX quote tweeted this tweet saying, not me, I was just lying for fun. Are you guys familiar with the music and persona of Charlie XCX?
No, I am not.
I think I know one Charlie XCX song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the persona.
Yeah.
I
She's just like,
think she might have been on an episode of SNL we recently watched, but we may have skipped the musical guest.
I think her persona is like coolest girl who's ever lived. Just like she's just like really cool. Like she's like, what if I sexually of America's Next Top Model?
Yeah, she did Boom Clap. That was the jam.
Yeah. She did Boom Clap, and then she has a bunch of other songs out. There was a period of time when she was like releasing a new single like every day. They're all pretty good. But yeah, if you don't know her, this might not make any sense, but I thought it was very funny at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on. We have one more tweet left.
Beat
I'm not gonna
goes
make
on
my-
and on and on and on and
I'm not going to make my guests crack wise about a public figure they know nothing of. This is the last tweet of the week. I believe in salary transparency in the workplace and also at the top of your wedding registry. Does this?
Ooh.
I know all of you are all married. Does this resonate for you, as people who've been married and have gone presumably to other people's weddings?
I hate weddings and everything about them.
Mm.
So
yeah. How do you feel about the expectation of spending a bunch of money sometimes to get to the wedding and to dress for the wedding and then to buy a thing or things?
I think some people don't understand what a wedding is for. And it's not a princess party. If you want to be princess for a day, maybe you should audition for a play and be cast as the princess. But if you're not talented enough to do that, I guess you only have your wedding.
I do feel like, Lauren, you're being a little like, I'm like, Lauren, you could do that. Like, that's an option for you. Some of us are not like princess material.
You've got princess acting talent privilege.
Okay, then they can write their own play, produce it themselves, and be the princess in that play then.
Now you're being
Duh.
reasonable.
We were all
or
thinking it.
host a princess party in which everyone is a princess.
So maybe, okay, I'll admit then, maybe my perception about like hating weddings isn't totally fair, but I still have weddings. And I think there's people have those kind of things. It's stupid and unfair.
Mhm. I think the idea of this tweet is brilliant because like the theoretically the idea of like a wedding shower and wedding presents is like this is a young couple that like has nothing in life and maybe is saddled with a mountain of debt or whatever, and we're going to give them a nudge into the world, which is not many couples. That is some couples fit that thing, but that's I think the like good idea behind it. And so if you had salary transparency, then maybe your wedding registry you'd kind of be shamed into putting something reasonable on there.
Not everyone. You don't need a $700 picnic basket that you will never use.
There should be if you're doing just fine, like 29-year-old lawyer who's been doing it for 4 or 5 years already. Don't make people buy you an enameled cast iron cookware set. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So this reminds me.
Ooh, those are nice.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful. I love them so much.
I know.
We found out something interesting about these recently, which is they have a lifetime warranty.
Mm-hmm.
So we were walking down the street and someone had put one that was in horrible condition out in front of their house.
So we took it, and then
we took it and we called Le Croissant, and then they're like, "Why would it? What would make it do this? Of course, here's a new thing."
Yes.
So if you ever see one on the street and you're just like, "I don't know if I want it,"
what an amazing move.
Yep.
And I was just like, "Oh, I picked it up, being like, I bet I can clean this up," and then I'm like, "This website says there's a lifetime warranty on these."
That's incredible. It's incredible.
So do that and then gift that at a wedding.
Guys, I didn't know I would hear any good news today, and thank you for like a genuinely inspiring story, which I can share with others. This is a beautiful tale.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I give a tale that I think will also make you happy, Rachel? Not as happy, more like a spite happy, but still a good like spite toward billionaires happy. So I believe it's Norway has a law on the books, or at least did. I believe they still do, where your speeding ticket is determined relative to your annual salary.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's
nice.
incredible. And so, at least when I looked this up for a podcast I was on about 10 years ago, the most expensive speeding ticket in history had been the Nokia CEO because he lived there. And so he had he got a speeding ticket that was like the equivalent of, I think, like $69,000 or $67,000 or something like that, for going like a good 10 miles, 15 miles over the speed limit on highway.
You know what? Good.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, in a state like that, like that's gonna go towards social programs. Like that's fantastic.
Mhm.
And he's gonna actually notice it the
Yep.
same
Mhm.
way someone in Massachusetts who doesn't make much money would deal with like an $80 ticket on the
Yeah.
highway
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
That makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
to me.
I love
Can I
it.
tell you a crazy speeding ticket story that may or may not be true? I can't prove it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So I was dating this boy in college, and his dad told us this story. And so who knows? I couldn't call his dad a liar. They were very, very sweet people, but also like sometimes they're like, we're really tough. So this is what happened to us. The dad was speeding one day, middle of the night on a highway, and he was pulled over by a helicopter. The helicopter shone his light down, landed his helicopter, and it was like a state trooper, and pulled him over and gave him a normal $80 speeding ticket, and then flew off. And dad was like, it cost him more to fly around, spot me, land, and write the ticket than my ticket actually cost. So I happily paid it. I have no clue if a helicopter actually can pull someone over. That's the story I was told when I was dating this boy in college, and could not be like, I think you're a liar.
I think
That-
he's a liar.
It could
There
be.
are a lot of signs in my hometown that say like what you're looking up is like speed limit enforced by aircraft, and I always wondered what that meant.
Yeah, I guess there could be places where it's done. It's crazy, but also we have like a super militarized police force. So yeah, if some town like spent money on a helicopter, then they'd use it.
Fair.
If you want to hear stories about this, you can go to the Reddit. Has anybody ever gotten a speeding ticket that was enforced by aircraft? There's 1.3 thousand comments, so you can look at those answers.
But
I
it
hope
all
1,000
stopped
I hope-
11 years ago.
I hope 1,000 of them are just no.
That would be very good, but also like too funny for Reddit. Guys, those are our tweets of the week.
Yay!
Shout out
Great.
to everyone. Shout out to everyone who wrote tweets this week. It's a hard life, but somebody has to do it. Probably not, but you did it
And-
anyway.
And kudos to you for combing Twitter for not sad content this week.
Yeah.
It was real hard. But the show's not over. Every week we get a parenting corner meme from Adi. Started from the fact that one day I was like, Adi, you should make parenting memes because you share so many and you're creative. And then he's like, I should make them. And then he started making them for the show. So, Adi, what have you got for us this week? Tell us about
All
it.
right. This week, so this week's was inspired by my upcoming trip to Wilco's Solid Sound Festival at Mass Mocha. And this is so Friday or Thursday. Actually, we're gonna take the girls out to an Airbnb and then stay all weekend in the hills of Western Massachusetts to see some art and some music. It's gonna be very exciting if we're able to focus on the music and not our children. Fingers crossed. And with that in mind, as I was packing today, I thought about there we go. There we go. Yeah, because I was just like, yeah, we'll bring this snack. That's gonna get thrown somewhere. I'll bring this toy. She'll hate it. I'll choose these 11 books. She will only want one of them. Yeah. It's a joy.
Are all toddlers as hard or just yours, Adi?
They're judging by the internet. Mine is easier than a lot of people's.
Oh wow.
And yeah, toddlers. Yep, Heather agrees. Heather knows a lot of internet children. That sounds weird. She has twins. Heather has twins. Yeah, the toddlers are just they're really trying to define themselves and take control over things and spaces, and they have almost nothing that they can take control over, and very, very little knowledge to use to take that control. So they do it. They do it in really unpredictable ways. So that's kind of what it is. So like probably like 70% of the things that I packed are going to work fine, but I just won't know which one is actually a time bomb, and one of them is.
There.
It's okay.
So it sounds like you're like Sherlock Holmes, like trying to get the perfect thing together.
I also kind of feel like I'm like one of the stat nerds in Moneyball, like trying to figure out, where the niche, what the way is to beat the system.
You're trying to Moneyball early parenthood.
That's right. I'm trying to find what market inefficiencies. My toddler is the market, and I'm trying to find her inefficiencies.
Wow, I hate it so much, Eddie. I hate it.
Okay, well, I'll take it away. But also, I got Obi-Wan in there because his show's coming, so that it will play well.
Yeah.
Market inefficiencies.
Obi-Wan. What do the Obi-Wan people have like a fan name, like Obi Wonders or something, like the way that Harry Styles has like
right, and they're Beliebers, and they're Gaga has the Monsters. So they're Obi-Wanatics.
Obi-wannabes.
Obi-wannabes. I love
Obi-wannabes. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about
if
the
you
Obi-Wan
want to be
show.
a Jedi, you have to get with these guys. I'm sorry, I've never bailed so hard on a joke song before. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Learn about the Force.
It is Superfly. I don't know anything else about Jedis.
And I don't know anything else about Spice Girls.
Say you're Obi-Wan, yeah.
Well, that's been our show. There's 9 more minutes of the game, the Celtics Heat game, which I'm going to catch and Eddie's going to catch. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for our wonderful guests, the Chapmans and Michelle, who's no longer here but was here. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have a great rest of your good time on the internet. Guys, this has been Honorable Mentions. Oh, Chapmans, is there anything you'd like to plug before we turn off?
Junior League of Boston is a great organization for women in the Boston area. If you want to donate or learn more, ask me. My handle's there.
And if you want to see me do comedy, see me at Union Comedy every Fridays at 7:30. Yeah.
And if you want to see me do comedy, some Fridays at 9 with my team.
And if you want to see me talk about comedy, you've already figured out how to do it.
This show's every week, 9:30. We always have wonderful guests. Thank you to our wonderful guests, Dan and Lauren. And we hope you have a great time doing other stuff. Good night, good luck, and good posting.
Yay.